big. That's right. Fail big. You only live once, so do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test, was 9 dots, and you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. So don't be afraid to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately fuel disappointment. So have dreams, but have goals. Life goals, yearly goals, monthly goals, daily goals. And understand that to achieve these goals, you must apply discipline and consistency. In order to achieve your goals, you must apply discipline and consistency every day, not just on Tuesday and miss a few days. You have to work at it every day. You have to plan every day. You've heard the saying, we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. Hard work works.
Buckle up, y'all. It's Big 3 on a Saturday night. That's my girl Kales with the intels down there below, and my guy Bob, the Cannabis Cowboy, and we are here to talk about what Rico Dowdle had to say. He told this Dallas Cowboys defense to buckle up them chin straps. Let's welcome everybody into the show. How we doing? Big crew over there, Big 3 crew. Kales, Bob, how we doing this evening?
Doing well, loving it. Starting to feel like fall, y'all. Starting to feel like fall. I got my Halloween decorations down from the attic. Yeah, got my Halloween decorations.
Kale's getting the belt out. Oh, snap. We're going to see some BTA today or tomorrow.
We hope.
Oh, man. It's feeling good. The weather's changing. It's a really, really good. It's my favorite time of year, man. October is my favorite month, not just because of Halloween, not just because of my birthday. It's that change of weather that I used to love growing up in Miami, and it feels so much better out here in Denver.
Yeah, I know I'll be down there in a couple of weeks to see you in that weather. And special shout out to One Star One family. I'll be there at the pep rally too. More details coming on that. But we got to get into this Week 6 matchup. We got the Carolina Panthers on the road. Can the Cowboys win their second game on the road and go to 3-2-1? I got my girl Kales, who's been dropping the practice report all week. It seems like it's just been growing, Kales. It just keeps growing and growing and growing. It won't stop growing. What's up with this list?
Well, to put everybody's mind at ease, what you're seeing now is a lot of players are coming back, and if you see the asterisk sign that is on the practice report by the player's name, that means that their 21-day practice window has been activated. So
Kalen Carson and Jonathan Mingo, it looks like.
Yes.
Got you. Thank you for clarification. Other than that, man, still a lot of folks out. Tyler Booker still out. CD's out. Jack Sanborn. What's going on with Jack Sanborn? Oh,
concussion protocol.
Yeah, and then the big news about Miles Sanders. So before we get into anything, I want to grab my insights from my panel here. Let me throw it to my guy Bob in Colorado first. What do you think about the news about Miles Sanders going down? Is it Jaden Blue entering the chat this week against the Panthers?
I feel like he's probably going to be RB2, right? I mean,
he's been designated for RB2.
Yeah. Now, what that means, we don't know. See, listen, we've kind of got this same thing happen when Vaughn was around. Vaughn was a little guy. He was a scat. He was a dude that can make people miss in college. He was a dude that was really fast and beat people in college. Jaden Blue had a couple of reps last week. I don't think he did real well. I don't know if he got past the line of scrimmage on many of these plays, but he also didn't get a lot of reps. So the fact that Miles is out, I'm not hating that. I mean, I'm hating the fact that he got hurt, but I also don't know really, he was sort of
They said
inconsistent.
an ankle and a knee. I was like, it sounded like he got hurt in practice because when it broke, a lot of folks like, I'm checking the Cowboys, I'm checking the ESPN. I don't see it yet. Well, I mean, did it happen in practice? Is that what happened?
So this is what I know. He's been dealing with this injury since week 1 when he went out in the Philly game. No, I'm sorry, the Giants. It was week 2. So in practice on Thursday, I think that was his last. He was there for a while, and he was repping, and then he went into the locker room and he was like scrimmaging and in grimace pain. So he didn't finish practice on, that was either Wednesday or Thursday. So they put him on. I did not know this was on. So they put him on season injury reserve with a knee and an ankle. And what I also learned with Cooper Beebe, when he got injured, what was that game? He got hurt.
I think it had to have been the second game. It was really early.
That was
must have been Chicago Bears.
No, that was the New York game.
New York Giants, yeah.
Yeah. Not only did he suffer the high ankle sprain, but he also had a bone broken in his foot.
Oof.
Now, with that being said, saying that Miles Sanders is now going to IR, he's out of that. Looks like Jaden Blue's going to enter the chat heavy this week with a double dose of who we're going to talk about here in our guy, Javonte Williams. We're going to grab this clip from him and see what he had to say right quick. But it looks like what's the news on Phil Maffa? Is there anything going on with Phil Maffa we need to know about? Because now it looks like with Miles out, Jaden's get some opportunities. Is Phil Maffa, what's his trajectory looking like? Are we going to see any action out of him this season at all?
He's still on IR, and his 21-day window has yet to be activated.
Okay. All right, then. So that's what we know. Okay, so we're looking essentially at, it looks like Javonte, it looks like Jaden Blue, and who's RB3? It was, and Miles is out of there now. It's like
Hunter Lipke.
Yeah, it has to be a fullback. Yeah.
Wow.
He will be serving as fullback and RB3.
All right. Well, during the media interviews this week, Javonte Williams was talking about he knew of, the guy this weekend coming up. So let's listen to see what he had to say on Rico's comments.
In free agency, they were choosing between you and Rico Dowdle, and Brian Schottenheimer said they fell in love with you. Why did the Cowboys make the right choice to sign you this offseason?
I probably wanted to come just as much as they wanted me, probably, but I mean, it just all worked out. I'm glad it did. I'm glad I came, and I'm glad I got the teammates that I got.
How far is your hometown from Charlotte, and how many people you got coming to the game?
Yeah, I'm probably like 4 hours from Charlotte. I'm closer to like Myrtle Beach, by the beach. And shoot, I done had like 50 text messages, so probably, I don't know, I probably have a whole section, for real.
You ain't tell anybody no?
No, I ain't telling nobody no.
Did you know Rico at all growing up? He's from North Carolina, you're from around the way?
I didn't know him, but I knew of him. I think he was from Asheboro, or something like that, yeah. I think he's a couple years older than me, but I seen him on like the rankings and stuff like that, because we had 2 good running backs in my high school that was in his class, so I knew about him, but I don't really know too much of him. Even harder.
There you go. There's the connections. I mean, the buckle up statement, and now learning, that both Javonte and Rico have those Carolina connections out there. A lot of his family in terms of Javonte's going to be there. Kels, how are you feeling about those storylines? Who do you think is going to have the better game? You think Rico might have the better game, or do you think Javonte might have a better game? Because, I mean, the Cowboys are giving up 124 yards on the ground.
Honestly, it might be a mixture. I think it's going to be a good mix of both of them, but I think Javonte Williams will come out on top if they can, if they continue with the running game. So that's why I call this game, because y'all know me, I got themes for all this.
Yeah, we love it. What's this theme this week?
This theme is welcome to the Spin Queen City block game.
Spin Queen City block game.
Because we spinning the block. Block,
Definitely. I mean, this is the 3rd year in a row we going out to Carolina. I mean, what's up with the schedule? Why they keep putting us in Carolina, Kels?
Because of how we place. And so let's see. who we're playing. We're not playing. Hold on. So we placed in the same ranking with Carolina last year. So that's why we're playing them again. Last year they were already on the schedule because we played the NFC South last year. So that's why we're seeing them again this year. And the year prior, which is when did I go to Charlotte? 2020.
Yeah, it's been there 23, 24,
So
now 25.
2023.
Yeah.
So 2023 we placed in the same ranking, and then 2024 we played the NFC South, and then we placed again in the same ranking for 2024, and that's why we seeing them again.
Okay, gotcha.
So but not only we played them three times in a row. Javonte Williams and Rico Dowdle both have origins in the Carolinas, but Coach Shoddy and their head coach Dave Canales have worked together when they were in Seattle.
A lot of connections here. A lot of connections. Bob, how you feeling about the run game? It seems like buckle up is quite fitting after Rico dished out 200 yards on Miami last week, and then Javonte, who I think is leading the NFC, if I'm not, or the NFC East, if I'm not mistaken, in rushing yards. Who do you think is going to have the better game this week? Is Rico going to live up to the talk?
I mean, I'll tell you what, I think there's a really, really good chance that both of them sort of wash each other, if I'm being honest, man. I mean, I honestly feel like that Javonte will get more yards because I think their defensive line's a little bit less than ours, if you can believe that. There's something that's changed with our defense over the last couple of weeks. We didn't see it 2 weeks ago, really, until the end. But last week there was a difference in our defense, and I think that's going to happen. I mean, we were talking about playing in Carolina. I was actually there in 2018. I met John.
Yeah,
John lives out there.
Yeah.
John lives out there. We had a really bad piecemeal team that they were throwing together. I think we had Alan Hearns and Deontay Thompson.
Yeah, that was the receiver by committee.
Oh my God, man! And Jerry was talking about we're just going to do this as a committee. We don't need to worry about everybody whose legs are. That was a real bad game, and we lost it, man. That was week one. But as far as what's going on now, there's not really a rivalry with the team. But I think these two running backs are probably going to be successful. Will Carolina get 200 on the ground against us? I doubt that very seriously. I don't even know if he'll break 100. I think it's going to be a situation where we get so far ahead of them that they just don't run the ball much anymore, and they got to put it up in the air. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I noticed that key injury. Great context right there. Thanks for that on the run game. But also with Jack Sanborn being out, it seemed like last game, Kales, after Jack Sanborn went out, the defense played tremendously better. And I don't know, maybe are we going to see that in Carolina this week? Because now Sanborn is out again. We got the guy Clowney back there, and some other stuff going on with Maris Leofau and those guys. So do you think Eberflus is going to be able to keep Rico under 100 yards? Because I mean, the Cowboys currently giving up 124 yards on the ground. Do you think we can hold Rico? Think defense is going to see those type of adjustments from Eberflus?
Keep Maris Leofau up there flying all over the place, and you have, so Kenneth Murray will be wearing the green dye helmet, so he's going to be the quarterback for the defense.
Okay.
And when you have him, and you have
Shamar James
James,
those guys, and then Donovan Ezaraku, who has said that he's getting ready to have some sacks. I mean, could we see Donnie's first sack this game potentially?
We could see Ezzy out there, but definitely Shamar James and Kenneth Murray. Them two are some bounty hunters. So they're going to be on it. And this is another thing. Also look at it like this. Let me go. Hold on. So that's the one. I need to go to the Panthers.
That run right there where Javonte was walked down, that's the longest run for scrimmage, I think, since before Ezekiel Elliott, if I'm not mistaken. I think I've seen something somewhere.
So this is one thing
those are good times.
Yeah, and this is what everyone needs to look out for. They're going to run the ball to the right. So that means on the right. So our left
Guyton side.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about for
The defensive end. You talking about Sam
Oh,
Williams, or you
okay.
talking
Yeah,
about?
right.
yeah. So whoever is our tackles on the left will be the ones to stop Rico.
Okay.
So
So
that
game
would be
plan says that the
that would be
Rico
Osa.
machine is going to be running to the right as he's told the Cowboys to buckle up. Hey, I don't know if I'm more excited for the Cowboys to hold Rico or maybe for Rico to go off, because I mean, in fantasy football, I'm starting Rico in one of my leagues this week, Bob, and I hate to say it because I mean I know the Cowboys is giving up them yards. I just hope I'm wrong again, because I've been wrong about this committee for the running backs. I've been wrong about George Pickens being a fantasy football trap. And I hope I'm wrong again this week about starting Rico Dowdle, because I just think he's going to get over. I think he'll get over 100 yards in this run game. I don't know if Eberflus can make those defensive changes, but we're going to see. I hope so, especially with Sanborn out. Maybe it's a different linebacker group with Sanborn out, because I mean, a lot of people were putting some disrespect on Sanborn name. Like, why is he in there? What is he doing? He doesn't know the playbook.
Yeah, and I think another thing that we also got to keep in mind too, if someone can clarify this for me, but the referee for this game will be John Hussey, and if I'm not mistaken, it's the one that will like to throw flags on the opposing team if you sneeze.
He's a crucial catch with them flags, huh? That's what you're saying. Hussey is a crucial catch with some flags. I mean, well, the Cowboys is averaging, believe it or not, the Cowboys are averaging 8 penalties a game. We're just one behind the New York Giants, which leads the. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. The Minnesota Vikings lead the league currently. But yeah, I don't know. I hope not, because 8 penalties, 10 penalties, just as long as they're not stupid penalties, I guess, right? We can take penalties, it's not stupid penalties.
Every week we're getting a little bit better. Listen, we talked about this in the first couple of weeks of the season. Week 1 and week 2 are basically the end of preseason. That's when all the kinks show up, and then 2 and 3, 4. That's when you work those out. Hopefully, you're getting wins when you're doing that. But that's pretty much what's going on. So I don't know. I feel like we're going to be even better on defense this week than we were last week. I have a feeling that Eberflus is feeling the heat. I mean, listen, automatically we want coaches' heads when they have a bad game. So that kind of stuff, you've got to find a way to bounce back from that. And he did that over the last 2 weeks. Like I said, 2 weeks ago, we didn't see it so clearly. But last week we definitely did. I don't know that Rico's going to be running all over us. I think we might start seeing some better play interior-wise from the defensive line. And I've got our defensive MVP as Maris Leofeld in this game. I think he's going to do some things, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys are currently ranked 7th with 42 penalties. The Giants lead the league with 49. That is according to StatMuse. So, yeah, I mean, John Hussey coming in here, Kels. I don't know if that's going to be good or bad. Sound like holding on the Cowboys. Bring it back.
That's what I said.
It sounds like a Javonte Williams bust for 40 yards, and then there's a flag on the play. Bring it back. Holding. Tyler
Put the points up so it doesn't matter. Just score. So that shit doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking, like, if that's the same ref that really like to, especially when he meets if he officiates a Cowboy game, if he officiates a Cowboys game, whether it's at AT&T or abroad, he'll throw the flag in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that's him. I'm very interested to see this new uniform combo that the Panthers will be wearing.
So they're gonna be auditioning one of these rivalry uniforms. Is that what it is? We've been seeing these different styles, or
no? This is not their year for the rivalry, but they're going to be in their Carolina blue jersey, black helmets, blue pants, and blue socks.
All right. Eric Taylor's tapping in. Supporter says, I don't think Rico's going to have a game like last week if he can play like they did against Philly when they held Saquon to only 60 yards. I hope so. If you think the Cowboys defense will hold Rico under 100 yards, I mean, Chuba Hubbard's not going to be back according to some injury reports. We thought maybe there might be some split time. Thinking especially after Rico had that big game. But let us know, should the Cowboys stop Rico and hold him to under 100 yards? Because if we do, I think it's going to be a win, because I think this pressure from this defense, I think we're going to see some more sacks this week. The Cowboys had 5 sacks on Justin Fields last week. We should see some more sacks because getting some pressure on Bryce Young, I think, is going to be the key, along with stopping this run game. Because outside of that, I think I got Tedero and McMillan. You know, the guy everybody we wanted the Cowboys wanted to go draft during the draft and all that.
I wanted him.
Yeah, you know, this secondary is, I mean, what's going on with the secondary? We got Trayvon this week. What are you hearing with the secondary? We've got Deron and Trey back there. Are they going to be able to stop Ted this week?
Well, let's talk about it. Okay. So we're talking about the Panthers offense with our defense. So their run game is sketchy. The QB has yet to get going. Pressures gives him problems. He missed passes. He turns the ball over very quickly and suddenly. He cannot diagnose a defense. He collapses if he gets in the middle of the pocket. He rather get sacked than throwing the ball downhill. They do jet sweep variety and zone runs. That's going to be the issue. So they definitely are a zone running team. They are having difficulty throwing deep balls. They're not a mobile offensive line. They have given up 21 pressures and 33 pass attempts during this season. Their wide receiver, the one I wanted, Tedero McMillan, he is their threat and he runs a lot in space. They're going to run the ball to the right, which I did mention earlier. And by them being home, they're going to give you their best game. That's all I can say as far as that. But when it comes to our defense, going against their offense, you have to take away their running game. You have to tackle Rico Dowdle. There is another week. This is another week where you can maintain rush lanes, run slants, gap changes, more zone with the pass rush would be very beneficial. And that's all I could give you as far as this Dallas defense with the Panthers offense. But one thing I can say is the Cowboys will be playing a mirror of themselves with this team.
Well, hopefully maybe Dak Prescott can give the defense a little bit of motivation. Let's hear what Dak had to say about Rico saying, buckle up.
About Rico Dowdle's message to the Cowboys that maybe buckle up this week.
Is that what he said?
Double down on it, too.
Said he stands on it.
Good for Rico. I like Rico. I love Rico. I just texted him at the end of the last game. Hell of a job rushing for 200. Told him see him this week. So I'll keep that. Huh?
What do you say back?
Appreciate it. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, something like that. Appreciate it, bro. See you then.
What's been the effect?
Appreciate it, bro. I think Dak made a real funny light of that. You know, it seems like these reporters, Bob, they're always trying to drive the wedge. You remember when Trayvon went off on Mike Leslie from WFAA last year, or was it 2 years ago, Kels? You remember that? He was like, you don't know nothing. You don't play no game. You don't play no ball. You don't know what we do out here.
It only takes a couple people to say, listen, man, you're just trying to stir a pot here, dude. Chill the fuck out. Yeah. Calm down. Nothing. What you think is happening isn't happening. You made it up in a dream. I think Dak always, look, man, there's a million reasons why I've always been a huge fan of Dak. First and foremost for me, it's been his personality, how he thinks as a mature person. That's it. Everything underneath that, you can train him to be okay. If he can think the way he thinks, which he does, he's just a great kid, man, a great guy. He's turning out to be a really good veteran, man.
Yeah. Well, let's go around the board. We'll start off with the keys to the win because I think we all got the Cowboys winning this week in Carolina. At least I know I do. I know Kels do. We'll get to our predictions here about the end of the game, but let us know what the keys to the win is. Mine is, can we hold the run game under 100 yards? I mean, the Cowboys have been averaging 124 yards on the game. Can we finally clamp down, make some adjustments, hold this run game? And like one of our audience persons put in here, can we get some touchdowns? I believe we get some sevens, we should be able to put this game away early. So I believe stopping the run is going to be that because Rico sound like he ready to run. He sound like he rests to go, Kels. What is going to be your key for this Cowboys win. What you got the Cowboys winning on the road this week?
Take advantage of this game. If the Cowboys offense is having trouble with this Panthers defense, then it's self-inflicted. That's all
Yeah. Bob, how about you? What do you think the key to the Cowboys win this week, since we all got them winning?
All right. Well, I think my two keys are put pressure for them to throw the ball. Make sure that we are making Bryce throw the ball. He's going to scramble a little bit. He'll probably make a couple plays, but he's not going to do anything like Jalen Hurts did. Like I was writing, he's only averaging maybe 15 yards a game over the last couple of years. It's not a killer thing, but he may be accurate. What we need to do is make him throw the ball by trying to take away not only that run game, but by scoring enough points where they have to throw the ball. And on defense, we've just got to stop the run, like you said. I think really we can turn them into a really one-dimensional team if we take away their ability to run the game. And again, like someone wrote, if we can stop Saquon for 60, we can stop this guy for 60 or less. It's not really going to be a problem. I think my offensive MVP is going to be, who I've picked almost every week, I think, is Dak Prescott. And my defensive MVP is going to be Maris Leafau. I just have a feeling he's going to do a couple important things. It could have been him or Houston, if I'm being honest, but I'm going with Leafau because he's got that momentum and that young fire.
Yeah. Eric got some great context here. It says Dak knew those questions were going to come, and he's not going to fall for it. Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to see folks saying I'm starting to fuck with Dak a little bit more because of how he's answering the media. But when GP was asked about being buckled up, listen to what GP had to say.
Go down said Cowboys better buckle up this week. Has that been any conversation in the room? How's that handled?
Nah, we be buckled up every week, bro. I don't really know what he mean by that. I just know we're gonna try to come out there and dominate and compete.
He said we buckled up every week, bro. Like, yeah, I mean, what's he talking about, Kels?
And let me tell you, sir, if people just now finding out about how Dak is,
for real, he's been around a long time, man.
Then you're 10 years too late. You've been living in some type of feelings that you need to get out of.
Not everybody pays attention the same, Kels. You know that.
I'm just saying you're 10 years too late because he is a thorough trash talker and a shade thrower.
If you look at his eyes during that time when he was talking too, he was being sarcastic with his eyeballs.
Let's be honest. He baited Jalen Carter into the little deal.
Yeah.
Like if you know like what Kels is saying, that checks out. He knew exactly what to do and not get called for it. And then he handled it very well after the fact. Like, hey, I spit all the time. He just happened to be there, and I spit.
Yeah, but Jalen Carter has always been, you could say the sky.
Well, of course, but
that's why you beat somebody like that.
Dak being the shit talker, Dak being the vet, Dak knowing his audience, but it didn't help us because we didn't end up winning. But anyway, we're getting back to this Carolina game, and it's going to be interesting to see. Hopefully Javonte can continue on this upward trend. So, I mean, if you got folks in your fantasy football lineups this week, either on Carolina, like I even consider starting Teteroa. I'm starting Rico in one of my leagues. If you got Javonte or if you got GP, definitely start them. And then what's going on with Cavante is going to be out again this week, Kels. Any news on Cavante?
They're getting him ready for Washington. And one thing I can tell you about practice, they've been playing some. I need Shotty's playlist because Wednesday they played Nuck If You Buck by Crime Mob.
Mm-hmm. Look if you buck. No, you can book.
And then yesterday they played North Carolina's own Petey Pablo.
Yeah, raise up.
So but they've been playing some real trapped out music and
getting in a North Carolina frame of mind, huh?
Yeah, and they played a lot of New York music last week preparing for the Jets.
Trying to get in the New York style. I like it. Maybe until you hear Kels, they're going with the themes too as well, because themes are great. The buckle up theme has been great this week, especially after Rico. It was already a storyline with Rico battling his own team, but after then he put up the 200 yards, and especially now with the Cowboys giving up 124 yards a game.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments below who you plan on starting this week in your fantasy football leagues. I mean, if you got Panthers, if you got Cowboys, start them, especially Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah, and one thing, like if you had the Panthers as your defense, I would say bench them, and this is the
I almost, after 5 sacks last week, I was looking at the Cowboys on the waiver wire, like, should I grab them against Carolina?
I
Can
mean,
I trust them?
I have them sitting on my bench if I have to move them. Like if a team is on a bye week, then I'll just put them in place.
Yeah.
But as far as the Panthers defense, like I said, if you have them, then this is probably the week to bench them, because their defense, they're only competitive if you allow them to. They run they like to run in dime, which is super weird. That's one thing I've noticed watching um the Panthers game, so I could prepare for this one. They don't give a lot. They really don't give exotic looks. There's no pass rush present. They run a 3-4 scheme, which is 3 down linemen, 1 big nose tackle, 2 DEs, uh 2 overhangs with LBs at the second level, where oftentimes it looks like a 4-man front. How can that help and be an advantage to the Cowboys? The Cowboys could run the ball versus a 3-4 if you can hold the nose guard, which is a Sean Robinson, who is jersey number 94. He's not really impressive in my opinion. Their LBs don't drop deep. Their LBs, Christian Roseboom, who wears number 56, and Trevin Wallace, number 32, are good and moves a lot in motion. Their most dominant defensive linemen are Derek Brown, who is number 95, and their outside linebacker and stand-up DN Nick Scorton, who wears number 11. That was another one that I wanted for us. As well as their other outside linebacker and stand-up DE, Patrick Jones, who wears 91. They are game wreckers. The 3 of them are game wreckers. Think of
Yeah, because they've beaten Miami. They've gotten 2 wins on the season. They're not as bad as the Jets, because everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, it's just the Panthers."
Yeah.
I mean, they've beaten the Falcons and also the Dolphins. So
right. So when you look at Brown, Scorton, and Jones, think of Adalius Thomas of the old school New England Patriots. They are not full pass rushers and not great covers. They are a 3 tech, but they can get into 5 tech, which means they are outside. Hold on. That they are the outside shade of the offensive guards. Their DEs are basically their defensive tackles. Number 11 and 91, who is Scorton and Patrick Jones. They're very athletic outside linebackers and DEs that plays in coverage a lot of the time, because in a 3-4, they play cover 4, cover 2, and they drop them into a cover 3 sometimes. Think of Max Crosby and Van Ginkel from the I think he's from the Vikings, Van Ginkel. They do get into and rush A and B gaps. Now here's when it comes to the secondary, and I think this will be very good for our offense. They have a good CB in JC Horn, who is number 38. You remember it was a toss-up between him and Patrick Surtain in that 2021 draft.
I remember, everybody hollering Surtain. I remember that name.
Right. So he's being wasted away on that team. He's a boundary corner. So there's not going to be a lot of traveling. There's not a lot to say about their corners, because they are not playing a lot of man, and they're playing so much zone. They're not playing. Oh, I'm sorry. They are playing quarters, 2, 3. Occasionally, ever so often, they sprinkle in a little man. They don't blitz a lot. Everything they do is so easily identifiable.
It sounds like it's a no-brainer game for Eberflus then, especially if he's a
Right.
defensive coordinator looking at this
No,
offense. That's what
no,
I
this
heard you
was
say.
well, no, this is going to be easy for Clayton,
Oh,
Shoddy.
offensive coordinator on the other side. Okay,
Yeah,
got you.
yeah. So this will be a field day for Dak. He should have a great pocket because a lot of their rushes come from the Panthers outside linebackers pressing from the outside, which they are usually in a 9 or 11 tech. So they are pushing up the field, and the pocket is usually nice. He can step up and deliver the ball. There's no physicality at the line of scrimmage by their corners. Their linebackers that's in coverage are not jamming your inside receivers. There's no contact to stop Fergie from getting in the middle. There's nothing defensively to be scared of with this team. Our O-line can get blocked up, can get the block up, and they don't complete their chunk plays.
Yeah, I'm just really worried about Rico chunking and Tetaroa chunking, because if you take a look at this offense, I mean, they're averaging over 300 points a game, Bob, and 20 points. With that being, I mean, the Cowboys just happen to be averaging 30 points and 400 yards a game. So by measure, I mean, the Cowboys are 3.5-point road favorites on the road. I mean, do you see a lot of points being scored this game or not, Bob?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, all they have basically is Ted McMillan and Rico at this point, and Rico's only starting to shine. That's really all we have to.
And they have Leggett.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, so there's a couple things that we have going for us in that manner, but yes, I think it's going to be, honestly, I'm guessing 42-10 Dallas.
Yeah, it's over under right now is 49.5 points. Cowboys are favored by 3.5. I mean, you see the numbers there. The Cowboys are putting up big numbers. I think number one offense in the league currently, 30 points per game. I don't know if it's high scoring, but I think we're the most offensive yards from scrimmage anyway. Time of possession is kind of identical. I think you said that, Kels. It's kind of a mirroring effect. We're kind of looking at our own selves, except for maybe the point and the yard differentials.
Yeah, I mean, they could win the time of possession, but that's all they're going to get.
Yeah.
I think what could really mess them up is if we bring Jaden Blue in there in the passing game, that could be something really
Let's talk
special.
about that. Let's talk about that.
That's a dimension that no one's planned for yet because he hadn't really been doing nothing. So now that he's forced into two, I think maybe he could do something in that manner.
Yeah, let's talk about that, Kels. How many touches we've seen Blue get a few touches last game. Now with Sanders out, and especially with Javonte having the hot hand, I mean, are we going to see equal balance or maybe just a little bit of Jaden Blue, or maybe not trying to show too much of our hand early on in the season?
I want to see a little more Jaden Blue, and this is the only reason why. I want to keep Javonte Williams as fresh as possible, especially when it comes up in December.
No doubt.
Because right now, like when Kevontae Turpin went out and Miles Sanders went out in week 2, that really left Javonte Williams.
I mean, the big deal really with Miles being out is the fact that it's choking our backups, but it's really not putting us in a bad situation because Blue is decent.
I think it's perfect timing.
Situation.
Yeah. I think it's perfect timing. I mean, not to, be on a guy getting injured or anything like that. And Miles, I think, that's how Dak got his job when Tony Romo went down. And Miles goes out and you see a Blue come in. I mean, who knows, Kels? I know you've been talking the last couple of years about Sonic and Knuckles in Detroit. I mean, if we get any kind of double dose going on back here, what do you think? What would we call these pair of running backs if we get some like Thunder and Lightning with Javonte and Jaden? Double J's? Something like that. There's going to be something catchy coming out of the backfield.
We'll see. Because we only saw a little, even in preseason, we only saw a little bit of Jaden Blue.
Yeah.
But we saw a lot of Phil Maffa.
We're gonna have to see him now, though. He's gonna have to do something.
Yeah,
so.
no, because I mean, other RB3 on there technically is Hunter Lipke at fullback. So really, your two running backs. So if I were you, I would go and grab Jaden Blue off any waiver wires, anything like that, especially in fantasy football, because and catch him for a handcuff, only for in case Javonte may go down. Then their Jaden Blue now is RB1. But we could see some tandem here because. We both, I think all three of us know that Blue is faster than Javonte. I don't think Blue gets walked down versus a Javonte walk down.
Thank you, Sterling. I don't want to see Lamb run the ball ever again in my entire life, if I'm being honest, let alone.
Yeah, don't have him in the back.
I don't know why we was doing that play anyway, but anyway, Sterling getting us all off track on here. As we're talking about the running game, we see you, Sterling. Eric says on the defensive side for the Panthers, if he's playing, they have cornerback J.C. Horn and a mild pass rush. Yeah, Kels did cover that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go through predictions. We talked about the over and unders, 49.5. Cowboys averaging a whole lot of points, 30-20 over the Carolina Panthers. I got 35-18. I think the Cowboys stay right on par with 30-plus points in this game, especially getting on it early. And like I said, my key to the Cowboys win this week will holding the run game under 100 yards because the Cowboys are currently giving up 124 on the ground. Kels, what's your prediction? Bob, you got yours ready?
I do, yeah. I'm going 42-10 Dallas.
Woo! Big 40 burger in Carolina. Yeah, shout out to all the Cowboy fans. Yeah, shout out to all the Cowboy fans out there. There's a lot of Cowboy fans out there in the Queen City right now. All the fan clubs out there, Cowboy Stars of the Carolinas, all the fan clubs that are out there doing things. So shout out to all the Cowboy fans. I know they're out there turning up right now because it's an early game tomorrow. That's why we had to do the pregame here today. But Kels, you got your prediction ready or not?
It's gonna be one of them weird numbers. I'm between 30. It's either gonna be for the Cowboys 35 or 38, but the Panthers is going to score maybe like 17 or 18. Like I said, it's going to be weird. It's going to be one of them weird ones.
Well, I need you to put a weird number on it. Is it 35-18, 37-18, too much or too little? What you want to put on it?
It's probably 35-18. Or no, 38-18. 38-18. Like I said.
All right, you're getting one more Brandon Aubrey field goal. I appreciate that. I can use that in fantasy football this week. But y'all can let us know your predictions down there below. We all three have the Cowboys for a win this week. I think last week at the Jets, we all had a win. So hopefully the Cowboys can get a win streak and we can get a win streak here too because we need it after that tie. No more ties, right? And then
no.
Yeah, before we get
I don't
out
think
of
it's
here,
gonna be it ain't gonna be a walk in the park, but I don't think it's gonna be a massive challenge for our team. I just don't think so. I try not to be too hard in one direction.
Yeah, before we get out of here, I want to grab y'all's thoughts now with the shape of the NFC East after the Giants beat the Eagles on Thursday Night Football. What? Does that open it up for the NFC East? Does that give the Cowboys an opportunity to get in the driver's seat of this division that has not had a repeat champion in 21 years, Kels?
So, I mean, I watched that game. I just had a rhetorical question. Was like, are they really trying to get this game for the ball, or they just really don't F with the Eagles? Cam
Scatterboo looked like he was on some creatine or something out there because he lit me up on my fantasy football lineup this week and who I'm playing.
Scatterboo was just crazy.
That's gonna be a problem. Scatterboo ran for a touchdown on us in AT&T Stadium. So him getting some steam and coming back.
It leaves the NFC East open, but I don't think it is open that much for us because I did post in OAT if the season were to end today, after week 5 was done, and we were automatically out of the playoff picture, but Green Bay was in. But they shared the tie with us. But I'm thinking it has something to do with the points that they have. So in order for us to even look at any playoff hopes, we need for the Eagles and Washington to come off a couple of games, and we have to win all our games. We have to make
Well,
up.
the Giants, I believe, knocking off the Eagles last night was one of those games. I had the Eagles win. I think y'all might have had the Eagles winning too if y'all
But
was playing picks.
they still need to knock a couple. I'm just saying after that game, they still.
Oh yeah, Eagles in big trouble right now. They talking about trading AJ Brown. They got some other stuff going on, so I think they'll self-implode. But the Cowboys seem to be trending up right now. We need this win like yesterday to get a little momentum going because we got the Commanders coming up after that.
Yeah, and that's what
those are the games we have to win.
Yeah, we need to make up for losing that Chicago game that we should have won. Yeah. So we have to be either Washington on next Sunday or
I hope so because I got Washington beating us twice.
Now I have a splitting with Washington, but Washington is it's kind of shaky because Scary Terry and Noah Brown are out tomorrow. I
thought they said maybe Terry was coming back. I think that's why Debo's value may have went down in fantasy football a little bit. But I actually got the Commanders. I got the Commanders winning this week too.
Yeah, they're both out for this game.
Yeah, I got the Washington over Chicago this week. They're playing in Washington. But yeah, this Bob, getting to you about the Giants and the Eagles. How do you feel about that? I know I was excited because I'm like, well, the door may have just cracked on the NFC East a little bit because everybody has the Eagles just winning it hands down, but not so much now after 2 L's, which you can't spell Philadelphia without.
Yeah, I think, and it always works like this. We make our picks at the very beginning of the year before stuff really starts happening. And then we want to go back and change them because we either start getting better or worse. I think, like you're saying, Dallas is trending up. And that really puts us in a position to try and really, really get the NFC East. It's a small window, but if we win our games, if we win our division games, man, that
trending up is not going to matter. We have to continue to trend up by beating Carolina because we got Washington in Washington that following week. So 3 road East Coast games, Kales. Out there, you got anything going on when the Cowboys coming out there to DC Nation?
No, that's Christmas.
Oh, that's right. We're in AT&T Stadium. I got that backwards. Yeah. We're in AT&T Stadium the following week. You're right. Christmas is the other game, but yeah.
Yeah, so I'll be in Richmond, but no, we're going to be partnering with my former job. We're doing a tailgate watch party in DC. And I'm gonna have that info soon. But it's gonna be a color rush thing because the Cowboys will be doing their color rush game, their official color rush game on the 19th. But the tailgate experience is gonna have you could set up your grills, have all your tailgating stuff, however you want to do it. It's gonna be giveaways. Other things, they're going to have a barbecue battle. So whoever has the best barbecue will win something. So, and we're going to watch.
This is all for Christmas? This is what you're talking about for the Christmas game?
This is for next
the Washington game after the Panthers. Talking about NDC. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So you'll have some more info on that after the Panthers game this week. You'll share for next week. Okay. Cool.
Also next weekend is the CSA show. Drew Pearson, Randy White, Calvin Hill. Yeah, I'm gonna miss them this year. I'll be in Richmond that Saturday that they're gonna be there.
Well, I think you've been to the stadium in Charlotte, correct, Kels?
Yes.
I want to ask both you and Bob before we get out of here and close the show down today for folks going out there to the game tomorrow. Any advice for anybody watching, or they can share this video with somebody? What kind of advice do you have for fans, Cowboy fans, going into the Queen City to watch the Cowboys play tomorrow?
You want to go first, Bob?
Well, whoever, with ladies first. Okay, Bob. Go ahead.
That's really how I roll. But listen. So, and my thing was I was out there with 4 or 5 friends that I grew up with watching Cowboys games in Miami. So that was already a special situation. Unfortunately, Eric couldn't make that one. But the stadium itself is really easy to navigate. Honestly, the fans were actually pretty cool to us. I think that was, this was 2018. So this is what my opinion is going off of. And they really weren't a good team, but they still beat us on that opening day game. So, as far as like how to navigate to get there, I didn't really pay attention to how I got there. I traveled from a different city altogether. But once you're down there, it's super easy to navigate getting into and getting out of that place. It's really built pretty well.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be 67 tomorrow. It says with a 37% chance of rain.
Nice.
So that's how I was gonna, because I know it might rain out there because that's an open stadium too as well. But
Yeah.
Kels, what's your advice for first timers showing up out there at the Queen City to watch the Cowboys play?
Well, one thing, the way that the stadium is built, and I have to, it's either the north side. One side is more shaded than the other side. So if it's a sunny day, if you sit on one side, you could
It's
be
gonna
in the
be
shade.
67 and partly cloudy tomorrow. So yeah, not a lot of sun.
So you're gonna be okay. But if it's a sunny day, I think it's the north side that is shady and the south side that is kind of open where the heat can hit you. But technically it's going to be a home game. It's going to be another home game in Carolina because Carolina has a good fan base, but before the team got there in 1995, it's a lot of Cowboy fans in Carolina.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of Cowboy fans out there in North South Carolina.
So it's just going to be another home game. That's how it was when I went in 2013. It was some Panther fans, but we dominated that stadium inside and where the tailgate areas were.
Well, hopefully that'll be the end outcome tomorrow because the Cowboys need to stack dubs tomorrow in the Queen City. We all got the Cowboys winning tomorrow. My prediction is 35-18, Bob's 42-10, Kels 38-18. Make sure and leave your comments down below. We had to do the pregame show today because it is an early game tomorrow at 10 a.m. Make sure and check your broadcast. Let me go ahead and pull that up because Kels did post that. Thank you for always posting this too as well. Kels adding on the broadcast map.
Yeah,
so that way everybody could see where it's going to be, because it's not going to be where everybody can watch it.
Yeah, and Greg Olson and Adam Amin will be color analyzing the game.
I'm warming up to Greg Olson. He really knows what he's talking about, so I don't mind his commentary. He's smart.
Yeah,
he's smart. At least he knows.
He's getting better. He's getting better on the job. I think that's
for sure.
I think last season was his first year.
Yeah, it was.
So he probably had to get the nerves knocked out. But we're doing a pink out. Most clubs are doing a pink out. So that's my little pink out towel.
And BG, let's chat after this too for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Got you. I'm trying to get to this map. I know I got it somewhere, but I know Kels had posted it, but there we go. Got it on my page somewhere. I wanted to get this up for everybody tapping in. If you're wondering where the game is going to be on tomorrow, if you haven't done that, because I know a lot of Cowboy fans, they wait till the last minute. Oh, who's streaming the game? Here it is right here. Here is your coverage map. Here is the coverage map right here. So Kels did include this on the injury report, practice report weekly that she shares in there. So we appreciate that. If you're not a member of our group in OAT, you can get in there. So that way you know what time it is, what's going on. But we appreciate all three of y'all. This has been the Big Three. Turn on your notifications. We'll be live after the Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers play tomorrow. Remember, early game in the morning, 10 a.m. on the West Coast, 1 p.m. on the East Coast. And we'll be streaming live afterward to discuss how did the Cowboys do in the Queen City. We'll see y'all in the gym next episode.
Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.